Oui, c'est bon, on m'est marre. Je ne veux me barrer. Autre, il veut pas. Il me séquestre.
Wow. This one's gonna be a bit tougher to watch, I'm gonna be honest. Good everyone, I hope you're doing great. Now, I normally make a commentary video on a Sunday, you know, it's like summarize the whole week, but today, on recent, there's an insane story that I really want to cover, because it's fucking depressing, but also just so bizarre, if I'm gonna be honest. To give a quick summary, there was this big French streamer called John Poramanove, if I'm saying that right. His actual real name, let me find it real quick, is Raphael Gravin, if I'm saying that correct. I'll just call him John from now on, to make it more simple. But yeah, there was this big French streamer who's, I guess, well known in the community for being, you know, like a lolca, I want to be honest. Like, people don't like him, people don't watch him for his personality, they watch him because he gets fucked with by other people, and just, you know, a very depressing person. Because furthermore, he's 46, not a very young streamer, but he's being, you know, his name is going around now everywhere, all around the world, for dying on stream, doing a very grueling marathon. It's insane, actually. To give like a quick story of this guy, you know, how he got here. It seemed that this is a person on Twitter who made a very long thread about him. If you want to like, see like the most depressing shit on Twitter, go like find the actual person, like read the thread. It's so insanely long. But yeah, it seems like, you know, before in the past he was like very a niche streamer, maybe on TikTok or Kick, where not many people knew him. However, right, at some point he became infamous for raging on Fortnite with other people, and from then on, you know, like his name went everywhere. But I don't want to read like a quick extract about him, because it will make you feel worse for him later on. Also, this is translated from French to English, so there might be some issues. But anywho, John Poramanove was streaming alone at his mother's house at 4 years old, living off welfare and a meager income from his stream. So right off the bat, right, he's on welfare. It might be like, you know, like a physical issue or a mental one. It might be the latter, because like physically he looks fine, but like you will see in a second that, you know, he's not the most stable person, and that part is being taken advantage of by the people. You'll see in a second. Owen noticed him because he was starting to get known for constantly raging on the same game during his live streams, but he really broke through after appearing with TK78. And after that, right, it seemed that there were two big streamers from France that really, you know, liked him and want to bring him on board. That being Naoto and Safine, if I'm saying that correctly. And unfortunately, right, again, they weren't like very good friends with him. Like, they won't be like, you know, hey man, come on stream, you know, so we can hang out. No, they brought him on to just purely fuck with him. And it seemed like, you know, he was like a big character on the stream for quite a while. Because non-stop, bro, there's a plethora of clips where like they bring him on board just to fuck with him. Like, okay, there might be some clips, you know, that might be uncomfortable, so here's a quick warning. There's nothing gory or violent, but there are some parts, you know, like they punch him with like, a boxing glove, or they choke him for a bit. Not like, you know, fucking fully, but they don't really care how he's being treated at all on stream. Let me zoom in real quick. Yeah, this is the guy, this is Naoto here on the left, and that's Safine on the right, I believe. So he's being choked up as other guy, and his friend in quotations, is constricting him even more. And I have no idea who this guy is, but he's blocking his nose. I'm just gonna stop here real quick. Again, if you want to see like, more clips of, you know, the horrible shit, nothing gory, but just, you know, depressing shit, you can find this thread by this person at Grush Control. And yeah, that was going for quite a while until, sadly, they're doing a marathon, which, you know, was the peak of the worst torture. Because on there, they're doing like a 24/7 marathon, you know, as you could guess. But like, they weren't like putting the brakes at all. Like, they were fucking with him while he was sleeping. Let me show real quick. Like, just the most brutal. Again, bear in mind, right? I don't like the full story of his condition, but like, he's 46. With some of this shit, right? Like, even a young person would be, you know, fucking in hell from all this shit. You know, even without, you know, like any health conditions. Quick. They brought like a fucking motorbike. Holy shit. This is non-stop. I'm guessing like this was like every single night, you know, to be clipped, to be like a funny moment. But like, bro, I'm sorry. When you have a guy that old and he probably has, you know, some health conditions, you shouldn't do shit like that to him non-stop, non-fucking stop. So that's one. What else? Playing loud music. Again, I think he's the one on the third bed right there, if you can see him. Now, to play devil's advocate for a second, for a tiny second, he didn't seem like, he didn't seem to have any issues, in the upcoming days. He died very sadly on stream, right then and there. But again, bear in mind, right, with someone that old and who's living off welfare, you shouldn't treat him like a puppet, like a toy, fucking with him, punching him, fucking waking him up in the middle of the night while he's sleeping. That's insane, dude. And one more. My fuck. Didn't give a shit at all. Oh, that was the worst one. I hate seeing that shit. Like, just like waking up somebody and like putting ice cold water on them. It's like the worst experience ever. Especially because, you see in a second how that could have led, potentially, in my opinion, in my non-professional opinion, how that led to his death, I feel like. But they were just fucking with him. And again, to further back up the idea that he hated this shit, the actual guy himself, there was a moment where like his friends, again, quotations, friends, they read a message that he sent to his mom, and he just said, I fucking hate it here. To give an actual quote, hey mom, how are you? Suck to death with this game. It's going too far. I feel like I'm being held hostage with the shitty concept. I'm fed up. I want to get out. The other guy won't let me. He's holding me hostage. And like, bro, like, I don't speak French, no shit, but like, even now, it seems like, like they're laughing it off, being like, oh, what the fuck, what do you mean you want to go? You're having fun.
Pour pas toucher argent, mais bon, ça me gonfle, il me casse les couilles. Je ne comprends
don't care at all.
Que tu m'as pas dit.
Being like, what the hell is this guy saying? Just don't care at all. My god. And yet, this clip, to my knowledge, was a couple days before he passed away on stream. Like, just while he was sleeping. It's like nobody had an idea until, they realized it was too late. My god. And again, this story is like pretty old, but like, as of when it happened, he did get like an autopsy done on him to see like what caused the death. And from what they're describing it wasn't like traumatic in origin. It's like no injuries, caused the death, like a brain bleeding or like, a concussion. But instead, it was more so to be medical and or toxicological. And then the doctor also said further tests have been ordered, and Mr. Graven, the streamer, may have had a heart issue, in addition to receiving treatment for a problem with his thyroid. Like, bro, I'm sorry, when I read that part, I knew immediately it was because of the parts where like he was sleeping and they were fucking with him by, waking him up with loud noises or putting ice cold water on him. Because then bear in mind, right, with someone that old, at 46, and he's living off welfare, he's probably like he's not the right shape, like a young person to be fucked with. Like one tiny thing, like stressing him out, could like raise his blood pressure and make him, in a really bad condition, to the point of getting a heart attack, like he did. And in terms of the friends, Naruto and Saphian, they put like a very generic statement on Instagram being like, oh, we miss him so much, we're so sad, we can't believe that he's gone. But again, in my opinion, I don't really buy it, because they were the ones bringing him on stream and just fucking with non-stop, like a puppet, like, like a jester dancing for the amusement, and they're punching him, they're kicking him, they're waking him up, non-stop on a marathon. Like, when they even like when he makes it very clear that he wants to go, they were still keeping him on the marathon, for like the enjoyment of themselves and the viewers. So it's just very fake in my opinion. And the one lesson you can learn from this, the one tiny lesson, is that if you're like a streamer, you want to make it big, don't trust like the bigger people that want to be friends with you, but in actuality, they just mess with you for their own enjoyment, for their own clips. Because most commonly they do shit like that to you, where they make you seem like an ass online. And at worst, possibly they'll torture you like to that degree, where they bring you in a marathon and be like, bro, stick around, you have to, and they make your life a living hell. You probably won't end up like that guy, because it's a very unfortunate case with the worst environment. Like, bro, there are some evil people out there who just don't care how they treat you, because all they care about is those clips. That's it.
¿Te gusta ver vídeos divertidos de Azul?